Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing my everyday 10-minute makeup routine. So this is just going to be what I wear on an everyday basis. No crazy glam, no lashes, no crazy smoky eyes. This is just going to be my everyday makeup wear. So this is going to be what I wear to work, what I wear to the grocery store, if I'm ever going to the grocery store. This is what I'm going to be wearing, and this is very quick. It usually takes me 10 to 15 minutes when I'm just sitting down and rushing through because I'm always late for everything. So I'm kind of gotten really good at this. It's going to take a little bit longer in this video because I am going to be telling you guys everything that I am doing. These are just going to be my ride or die staple products I wear every single day. I did start off by moisturizing with the Sephora Intensive Instant Moisture Cream. This is great, especially because I am still shaving. I have noticed a huge hair reduction after my second laser appointment. I do still have 6 more to go. This is not what this video is about, but I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of insight. This is what I used before, and I love it. I think moisturizer is super great, and this is intensive, so if you guys are dry out there, you guys will definitely really like this. And I think it's $23 from Sephora, so it's not going to break your bank. So let's start by applying some primer. I have been loving the Milk Makeup Blur Stick lately for my primer. Sometimes I'll even just wear this on its own, kind of as a foundation. It is not a foundation, but I do notice that it kind of evens out the color of my skin, and I have been absolutely loving it recently, and it's just in this stick form. I have not noticed any breakouts or anything from using it, so I'm very happy with that because I know that a lot of silicone-based primers, even though this is not silicone-based, but a lot of primers that are pore minimizing are silicone-based, and that really clogs my pores, and then I notice breakouts, and I'm not trying to have breakouts. Do you guys feel me? So we are going in with the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, and I just like to really focus this in the areas where my pores are huge. So that's going to be on my cheeks and wherever else I get oily. So I like to dab it across my chin, my upper lip, my nose, because my nose gets super oily, and then across my forehead. Then sometimes I'll just drag it down the sides of my face just to make sure that my foundation goes on really smooth. And then I like to take the warmth of my fingers and really just kind of press it into my skin and make sure that it's not kind of sitting on there so my foundation won't bunch up and all of that. So the next step I'm going to actually skip on camera, and that's going to be me concealing my 5 o'clock shadow, color correcting. I am going to do a separate video just on that because I kind of want to do a transgender series here on my channel, makeup wise. So I am going to skip that on camera, but I will have videos coming later with how I counteract my 5 o'clock shadow. Okay guys, so after I go ahead and conceal my 5 o'clock shadow, I will go in with foundation. And this foundation has been my favorite for a long time, and this is what I wear every single day when I'm not doing a look or something. This is the foundation that I love, and I know I've talked about it a lot, but I cannot find anything better. So if you guys have any other suggestions of good foundations that are long wearing, lightweight, and then also oil controlling, let me know. But the one that I have been loving is the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible foundation, and I mix 2 shades. I mix 102 and 105, and then I will also mix a little bit of this white foundation in just because these are a little bit dark and I need something to make my perfect match. But I am obsessed with this foundation. It just lasts so long on my skin and it looks great throughout the day. I notice that it's so lightweight, even if I'm going to build up the coverage and I'm going to go for a super flawless look, I will notice that it still doesn't get cakey and it lasts all day. So I am making a little cocktail on the back of my hand, and I just want to make sure that the foundation matches me the best. I will start just dotting it around my face, and by dotting it I kind of just draw patches, I guess. And this is what I do because I don't like applying it from my hand to a beauty blender and then to my face. I feel like the beauty blender soaks up too much product. So I will just go ahead and place the product on my face And then if the Beauty Blender soaks them up, like that's really not that big of a deal. I do go light-handed a little bit at first. Like I will just kind of like spread out an even layer, and then I will go in later and darken it up. Or I'll go in after and like make it more full coverage. So I'm just taking my trusty Beauty Blender. This is the white one. It's so dirty. I don't know why I would have ever purchased white, but I'm just gonna pounce this around my face. I like applying this foundation with a Beauty Blender because it is so mattifying. I feel like this gives a little bit of moisture and play with it, so it doesn't like cling to any dry patches, even though I really don't have any since I moisturized really heavily. I really don't have any dry patches, but I just think that a Beauty Blender just kind of gives me the coverage and the desired finish that I want. And as you guys see, this foundation is so full coverage, like I just can't deal with it. Like it covers up my redness flawlessly, and I don't really have to put that much effort into like making sure my skin looks good when I wear this foundation. As you guys see, I am skipping this area because I don't want my foundation to mix and I don't want the rest of my face to become like some orangey mess. So that's why I leave that to the last possible second before I go in and blend that out, because it will darken that area, and then I will just mix more. So after we look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, next we're going to go in and conceal underneath our eyes and highlight the rest of our face. I will be mixing two concealers. I'm going to be using the Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in Light Neutral and the NYX HD Concealer in the shade 01. So I like to go a little bit, so the Naked Skin Concealer matches pretty well. It's a little bit lighter than my foundation, but not too much, so when I go to blend it out, you really don't see too much of a highlight. So that is why I mix in a little bit of the NYX 101 concealer, because that is what's going to highlight my face. So I am just going over my mustache and beard area for a little extra coverage. And I know this may seem like a lot of makeup on an everyday basis, but this is just what I do. Like, you guys obviously don't have to do this. This is a lot of makeup, but I like it, and yeah. So I just do 3 little dots, and we roll with it. So before I go ahead and blend all of this in, I will do a little bit of cream bronzing, and I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toast. I am obsessed with the formula of these concealers. They are very pigmented, and you gotta be a little bit careful, because if you aren't, they can be deadly. Like, you will look crazy. So just be careful when you are applying this, because when I first was cream contouring, I was like applying way too much, and then it was just like my face was all bronzy. So I will take a separate beauty blender and I will blend the dark parts out first. That is just what I like to do, because then if I have to lighten it up when I blend out the concealer, it will lighten the rest of the like bronzed areas. So I just kind of press this back into my temples with the separate beauty blender, because like I'm bougie like that and I need like 12 different beauty blenders on standby, because you don't want to be mixing all of these together, because like my other beauty blender has like foundation on it that has a little bit of like red and orange from the concealer. So you want to be quick when you're blending this out too, because if it dries, girl, you could be in trouble. I will go back in with my white beauty blender and start blending out the concealer parts. So after you look kind of crazy, I am going to set my face. I'm using the Covergirl translucent powder. I am obsessed with this powder. I did used to love the Laura Mercier, and then I ran out of that, and then I've been using this one ever since, and I honestly don't really miss the Laura Mercier one that badly. I really do like this one, and I think that it's great, especially for the price. Like, if you guys are looking for a translucent powder on a budget, this one is the one for you. So I'm just going to take a Sigma F35 and a little bit of the powder, and I am going to go underneath my eyes first, just to make sure that nothing is getting creasy under there. I like to make sure to set underneath my eyes first, because I feel like that is where I get my like lines the most, and that's where like everything kind of settles. So I do like to just go there first. Another thing that I noticed about this powder is it does kind of fill in the pores, and it just honestly is gorgeous. Like, I'm obsessed. So after this, I'll kind of set all the areas that I've highlighted next. That's going to be my chin, my nose, and then also my forehead. After that is all set, I will take my big fluffy powder brush from e.l.f. This is the complexion brush. And I will just dip into the powder and set my neck next. This is so then your clothes don't get ruined from your foundation on your neck. Ew. As you guys see, we have a full coverage base, but we don't look cakey or crazy, I don't think. I think that this looks very nice, and it's not heavy. Like I told you guys before, this foundation is not heavy at all. Like, it does just look so pretty even when you pile it on. Okay, so the next step is going to be bronzing, and I love Hoola bronzer. I use this in every single tutorial and every single video. I love Hoola bronzer for contouring and contouring and bronzing my face. I love it, honestly. Like, I feel like it's just a perfect tone for bronzing and contouring. I don't like that gray contour anymore. I used to contour like that all the time, and I just felt like it looked a little too unnatural, and sometimes it looked like I got socked in the face. So I would rather have a warm contour on me than looking like I got beat up. So I'm just going to take this brush. This is a MAC 129. I'm going to start at my forehead and just lightly start bronzing up. I don't want to go too heavy because I already did lay down that cream bronzer, so it doesn't need to, it's not like you're bronzing your skin without anything. Like, my skin is already pretty bronzed. I just want to set it and reinforce it a little. I think bronzing your face is super important. I think the foundation can sometimes just leave you looking a little drab and a little one-dimensional. So I think bronzing and contouring really brings the shape back to your face, and it also gives you a little bit more like of that healthy look to your skin. Okay, so after I'm done bronzing, I do like to apply a little bit of blush. Blush for me changes up a lot. I just kind of change it really pretty much every single time I do my makeup. But today I want to use the Becca blush in Amaretto. They do not sell this separately. I tried looking for it and I could not find it. And I'm a little bit depressed because I really would buy that shade. Then I'm just going to take a little dual fiber brush and just kind of blend this into my contour, and it gives me a little bit of like color to my cheek and a little bit of life. After that, this is a little bit of out of order, but I am going to take this spoolie just from the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I do not fill in my brows anymore like on an everyday basis, but I want to get all this foundation junk out of there, so I will just take the spoolie and just run it over my brows just so they are not like filled with nonsense anymore, like any like foundation or powder that kind of got like stuck in there. I don't like filling in my brows anymore like on an everyday basis because I just think it looks a little too harsh on me. It does not look feminine, and it just makes my brows look like, bam, like you've got, like she's got brows on her face. Like, there you go, she's got brows. And then I'm going to take the clear brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills and just run that through there just to kind of set them in place where I want them, and just to kind of give them a little zhuzh. Okay, so back to the next step, which is highlighting. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit today. I have been using this a lot lately, and I told you guys that in my review that I probably was going to be obsessed with it, and sure enough, I was. And I have been using the shades Forever Young and Forever Lit. Those are two of my favorite shades of this palette. I honestly have not tried any of the other shades yet on my cheeks, but Forever Young is this middle shade right here, and Forever Lit is this like white shade right there. So I first apply the Forever Young shade on the top of my cheekbone. And then sometimes I'll just drag it a little bit underneath my brow to give me like a super highlighted look. Then taking that Forever Lit shade and just going at the high point of my face to give me a little bit more dimension. And to make sure that all blends together, I will just take my bronzer brush and just run over where the bronzer, blush, and highlight meet, so we don't have any like lines there of like demarcation. I don't want just like a line of highlight on my cheeks. I just think that that's unflattering and not cute, and it just looks unblended. So after that, the last step I like to do is apply mascara. I think that this is super important, especially if you're not wearing any eyeshadow. I think that you want something to kind of draw a little bit of attention to your eyes, and you really want your eyes to look a little bit more open and awake. So I like using these two mascaras by Benefit. The They're Real Lash I use on my top lashes, and the Roller Lash is what I use on my bottom lashes. And it just really is so pretty. Okay guys, so that is all that I have for my everyday makeup routine. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and it kind of gave you a little bit of an insight to what I wear every single day on my face makeup wise. And if you guys liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. The button will be down there, and join the family. And I thank you guys so much for all your support, and I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys all in my next video.